I'm Jimmy Smithers, and I'm here with my grandson and granddaughter. This is Zachary, and this is Taylor, and they're going to tell you a little of their experiences and give you some ideas about how to travel affordable and enjoy your life in some adventures. Which one of you guys want to start first? Okay, we voted on Zach, didn't we? Zachary, when you were down in Florida and you were working with your dad, what made you come to Texas and get started with some adventures instead of just going to work, coming home, and going out and party? You decided to come to Texas, and I was talking about real estate, and we were going to kind of learn about real estate and buying and holding and selling and fixing up, and just kind of take it from there. That'll pick up on it. What they're going to really want to see is how did you get into adventures? How are you going to pay for any adventures? Are you in adventures?
Okay. I stopped working for somebody just for the simple fact that I got tired of making someone else money and got tired of being told when to wake up, when I can go to lunch, when I can take time off, when I can do anything in life. When I called you and talked to you about coming back out for real estate, I was like, that's a perfect opportunity to do something different. I've already been out here a couple of times, and I figured one more thing I could try, one more thing I could do, and the best part about being an entrepreneur is just because you fail at one thing doesn't mean you won't succeed at something else.
That's true, and so actually you came out to pick up some extra skills besides the skill you were learning as far as electrical.
Yeah.
And be able to travel a little bit. You came here, you went down to the coast, went out on the boat a few times, and you worked some of your electrical on the docks, I know, down there while we were there. And then you learned some scuba diving, where I worked with you guys to be able to get underwater and clean the bottoms of boats. So you were picking up different skills and trying to have some adventures at the time you were, instead of just working that 40-hour a week and maybe a week or two of vacation once a year.
Yeah, I was trying to be like her.
Yeah, we'll get to her.
Yeah, I was trying to be like her at all.
Yeah. Tell us some of the things you got into, your electrical here, where you went forward from here.
I did insurance adjusting. I sold insurance. Did underwater boat cleaning. Obviously I did electrical for residential, commercial, industrial. I built gas stations, retirement centers. Picked up welding. Pretty much I've gotten into anything and everything I could possibly get into or had the opportunity to get into. I haven't turned anything down so far. Picked up learning on how to work on vehicles, from breaking engines down to rebuilding them. Pretty long adventure so far, and it hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, with the things that you were learning, I mean, you were picking up some money and you were picking up some skills. You get to be a jack of all trades, but a master of one. And you did a master of one by getting your electrical. You went from just journeyman into a master electrician, and now you own your own company. But you're able to travel with that company. It's not like going to a job, one place doing electrical. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm able to travel. I've been all over the United States. I've been to Puerto Rico. We've worked on several different buildings, several commercial buildings, Walmart, Sam's, Burlington's. Trying to work on a couple other ones. We pretty much have been everywhere in a short amount of time too. It wasn't like it took forever. One time I was in 6 states in 32 hours work. It wasn't short. It was short, but it didn't take forever to get there. But it's been an adventure so far.
So you actually got paid to travel.
Yeah, it wasn't enough, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. when you go with something that actually pays you good, if they're going to send you somewhere and you're going to travel. He's been traveling to all these states, but he's been to Puerto Rico, and they're sending him all over. He's been with Walmarts and Targets and Burlington Factory, and just moving all around. If he wanted to take off, he can take off because he'll bid his jobs. Let's go with you, Taylor. You came up from Florida right after him. I think you were just kind of following in his shoes or something, weren't you? Or how was that?
Yeah, something like that. I know that it took quite a bit of convincing from you guys to get me out here, because we were talking about doing the real estate investing, and so I finally came out because I wasn't making but $11 an hour at my state job, and I was just kind of in a rut. I noticed everyone around me wasn't really doing anything with their lives, people in their 30s doing the same thing as us in our 20s, and that just wasn't the kind of life that I wanted anymore. So definitely came out here to pursue the real estate investing and see if I can do something better with my life.
I think that when you were working the job that you had, that was security, and that was the hardest thing to break loose from, to think about coming out here and just saying, come on and try this, because people get into a job and they, and maybe they get insurance, or they get and they get a little raise every once in a while, but they still feel like it pays the bill, and they feel like they're stuck to do that in a degree. Absolutely. And that was hard to break away, and I think it's hard for the other people that's listening to us now to break away from whatever they're doing. And we're not saying to break away. We're saying if you're adventurous, if you want to travel, you can do one or two things. You can work 40, 60 hours a week and make money and get a couple of weeks vacation a year, or you can work for a little bit like you go on vacation, and that kind of money, if you don't go out and buy a brand new car and a brand new home and get married and have the kids, I have no problem with that. I did, but I was still adventurous, and my wife was adventurous, so we were able to still go and do things. So, and I've discussed that in the earlier podcast, that make sure the woman that you're around, or the woman should make sure she's around the right man that's adventurous if she wants to go do adventurous things. Then when you're able to settle down, y'all are ready to settle down, as your mother was, that she described in the podcast before this one. So, not telling anybody to change their lifestyle. If they just want to be adventurous and do things, then the only way to change is to get a mindset and change. And that's basically, isn't that what you did when you said, I'm going to chance it?
Yes.
So when you came out here, you learned some real estate. You learned buying and holding and selling. You learned the ins and outs of the banking and how they handle that stuff. So that's background. That's some of those jack of all trades. Any of them you can fall back on. Certain ones you fall back on will pin you down a little bit more than others. Now, you've gotten out here and started working with your brother. Now you're working on your journeyman. But as he said, when you're making the money that you're making, you could go and take off and go travel, but you're already traveling. So why not let them pay for you to travel and you make money? And when you decide that you want to go somewhere else, you just don't bid a job with them, and you guys separate or together take off somewhere, and you can take off for a week, a month, 6 months, whatever you want to do, depending on what you bidded a job for. And I know you've got a truck, and he's got a truck, but you, as a corporation, you write things off like that. You're getting the benefits of all of that without having to go out and buy a vehicle and take that 40-hour week, and you're going to pay for that vehicle, and you're not going to take it off your taxes. And people talk about freedom. If you turn around and ask somebody, what do you want to do in life? If they don't say it, they're thinking it. I just want to do what I want to do and be free to do what I want to do. Well, that sounds good, but everybody is not pinning you down. You're pinning yourself down. When you go and buy a brand new car and get payments, you just lost a little of your freedom. You could have went out $3,000, $5,000 and bought a used vehicle that'll get you the same place going. It's just not as pretty. It's not keeping up with the Joneses, but you're keeping up with the road wherever you're going, and it's affordable, and you don't have all those payments. Because I haven't forced y'all into anything. I've just showed you directions, and that's a choice everyone should make. What do I want to do? You'll find work. I know on Taylor, you want to go to Italy. And you know what? You will, won't you?
I will.
Yeah. Other people are sitting around saying, well, if I get a week or two vacation and I've saved up enough money, maybe I can go. Well, she can be able to go, but right now, why go there when she's going all over the place?
Right.
Where have you been?
Oh man, I can't even remember all the states. But I know I've been all over nationwide.
So there's ways of making money. There's ways of making millions. I value my time now more than I value money, like Shark Tank. All it is about the money. Show me the money. It's not about the money. Money is nothing except an exchange of your labors. You can go out and do your labor, because even when you do your labors, you need to buy the things that you want and spend it and get it out of your hand, because you're doing something with it. Because next year, with inflated money, you won't be able to do the same thing with the same amount of money. So go do it as you get the money. I spend my money when I get it. I like to enjoy my life, and I like to get the most benefit out of the value of the money at that time. You went to Puerto Rico. You had a good time there, didn't you?
It was all right. I wish I had more time.
He wished he had more time because he's committed to that job that he did. But he can stop that job, but first he's wanting to get a certain amount of money to where he can take off a certain amount of time and come right back and bid a job for Walmart, Target, Burleson, or anyone else that needs electrical. And everyone needs electrical, even in their homes, on their docks. So that's a good one job settle on that you really enjoy doing, that makes you good money, and then the others are jack of all trades, so that you're able to do it, not hire it out and spend all your money having to pay for things you could do yourself and keep on going down the road.
No, I mean, I definitely think there's different levels to being adventurous and working for yourself. You know, like you said, you can go and you could be more adventurous and just do jobs to keep you going, or you can be more like us, where we're subcontractors and we work a certain amount of jobs to make a certain amount of money to do the things that we want to do. You know, there's different, like I said, levels on smaller and bigger scales. You know, it just all depends on what you want to do. But no matter what, if you're adventurous, like, there's a way to do it.
Yeah, and what you're talking about is the person that goes with a 40-hour week. He's not got the choice. Next week he has to go to that 40 hours a week.
Right.
What you're saying is that y'all bid a job and you go and do that work. Mm-hmm. It's work because you enjoy the work. You're not going to stay with that company. You just bid in the job and doing it, and you figure out exactly how much you want for a certain amount of time you want to be free, mm-hmm. and then you go and bid it and work it. Then you can cut out. But why go and work it and then cut out when they're shipping you all over the place and you're getting to enjoy it on their bank account?
Yeah.
So that's some of the things that we're just trying to put over. And what do you think? Do you have a home?
I do. I have a.
So you're paying for a big house and everything?
Well, no. I have an RV that I purchased, and that is considered home.
You didn't by any chance pay cash for that, did you?
I did.
So you don't have a monthly payment, do you?
No, I don't.
And it's always there to go there. That's your home. Yes. And until you decide to get a big home, there you go. You've got the motorhome. You can travel. Yep. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got a home.
Yeah, you got a home.
Yeah, wherever I lay my head.
And that's what a person should think about if they're going to travel. You've got a bed in your motorhome, and you can go and do whatever you want to do. If not, you're traveling in your truck. You can stay at a motel because you're making real good money wherever you're at, so you can see the towns and then still have a nice vehicle. And you'll pay that off real quick because of the money you make. And that's basically what changed your mind about a job versus freedom of just getting out and working for yourself. And we've already answered, why don't you go travel? You are traveling.
Yeah.
We realize that life is just not all about money.
Yeah.
Such as a mindset.
I mean, if I had to, like, personally for me, it's just getting over, like, if you have the adventurous mindset, or it's like a thought in your mind, but you don't know how to get there, just don't be scared to take that leap. Like, if you've got people that are encouraging you or that support you, or you know that you have like a fallback. Like, don't be reckless about it,
Right.
because that was my thing. I was very about stability. I was just scared to take that leap, but I had family that were supportive, and I knew that they would have my back if I took this leap. So I mean, that did help. But I would say just don't be scared. If you have a plan, you know, research, maybe make a plan, and then just go for it. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, by don't be reckless. Just kind of, if you've already got it in your mind, and you've got like an idea of how you're going to get there, and you're not just being willy-nilly with it, just go for it.
See,
You know,
I'm the opposite.
Make
on
the
that.
mistake.
I'm the opposite on
Okay,
that.
well, give us some
Because
advice.
for me, all that I could tell people is honestly, just don't be scared at all. The only thing you should ever have confidence in is yourself. Don't have confidence in somebody else is gonna be there for you. Have confidence that someone else can do it for you or help you along, because they're not gonna be there at the end of the day. They don't care. The moment you start to succeed and do what it is you want to do, they're gonna hope that you fail. They don't want to watch you succeed because they don't have the courage to do it themselves. So at the end of the day, the only person you need to have faith in that is going to make it through is you. Doesn't matter if you're reckless or if you have a plan or no plan. Just have the courage and the faith in yourself, and you're going to make anything happen. As long as you believe in you, that's all that matters, because ain't nobody else cares.
I totally agree with that,
Yeah.
because you'll find that people will tell you, you're crazy to just break loose and go.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any work there. What are you going to do? You're just going to fall and fail and all this stuff. And they say that because they don't want you to achieve what you want to do, because then they're a failure.
Yeah.
And they can't take that, being a failure. I've seen people around me, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No, you need to get security, you need to get insurance, you need to, all these things
That's
to hold
like,
you back.
That's like 2017. In 6 months, I went through 15 different companies. They told me, you'll never get work out in Texas again. I don't know what they talking about. I still live here. I own my own company. Now I just make more money. Because they have a saying, don't burn bridges. Well, they don't finish it. Don't burn bridges unless you know how to swim. I can swim. I'll burn every one of them bridges.
So I totally agree with that. 'Cause when it's no fun, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And but even those people that are saying stuff like that, especially companies that you're talking about, they don't want you to leave. You're working for them and making them money. They're not about to tell you, hey, you can get on my level and go out and do this and bid it yourself.
Yeah.
So you're 33 years old and now you're a master electrician. How many people are 33 and a master electrician? Because you set that goal, and the whole time you were getting your master's electrician, you were diving on boats, you were traveling around, you were going out on a sailboat. You got to do things, and you got to see things. And I mean, I know you went to Colorado, you went to Arizona, you all up north. You guys have been up north on different states. You're starting to see different things like your mother did, and that's really encouraging. But the no-sayers are usually because they want you to work for them. They want you to make them money. They don't want you to grow and make money. Now, in your case, Taylor, I know you came up here, you were making $11 an hour, and I told you, come on up here, and then I told you inflated money, $11 an hour ain't going to be worth nothing. You're worth more than that. We did the real estate and learned how to do that, and the banking and all that, and boom, right afterwards, you went out and found a job, and that job doubled your pay. Right then and there, doubled your pay.
Yep.
And you worked on it, and you went up supervising with it. And then the old thought came back about, hey, this is a job, you know? And so you're seeing your brother continue doing what he was doing, and then you say, hey, I think I'll switch back over there and do the thing where I've got some freedom.
Yeah.
I value my freedom. I value my years right now. It's like when my grandson calls me and he'll say, you know, what do you got going tomorrow? I say, what do you got going for me tomorrow? Because I'm going to do whatever with my family whenever they ask me. And I'm able to do it because I live on a small budget, and I live, let's put it this way, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah.
So you know, if you want to be a happy camper and you want to travel and you want to do things, the work is out there. You can have temporary. There's temporary services. You can, like I said before, you can go take scuba diving and you can go clean bottoms of the boat if you want to go out on a boat sailing. Any marina you stop in, you can clean the bottom of a boat and get money and continue on. If you're out in a van, you can take on some work. I don't care if it's mowing a lawn or mowing some lawns or helping someone on their construction. Hold their nails for them. I don't care what you do, as long as you make some money to go ahead and continue to put money in a gas tank, buy some food, clothing, shelter, water, and air.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that once you get out there and you do it, you're not going to want to go back to that 9-to-5 job. It's unthinkable until you...
It's a mindset, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It really is. And once you take that leap, you're like, okay, this is possible. I can do this. I like this freedom. I can get used to
The only thing you gotta know is, as long as you're willing to do whatever it takes, you'll never fail. As long as you just do whatever it takes, and there's only one type of person that would ever go against you, and that's the ones full of fear. Fear in that you'll do better than them. Fear you'll take work from them. Fear of something is what's going to get them to talk down on you on what it is you're doing. It's just fear. People are scared, and they have fear that you're going to do better or take what they have. That's when they start to knock you. They want you to believe what they believe.
Yeah, and you're not really against them in a sense that you understand why they're in that mindset. I mean, we've all had that mindset at one time, but I don't wish anyone not to succeed. I don't care if they go out and make $1 million. If they're young, more power to them. That gives them more. But when you get older and you look at that company and that company gives you a watch,
Yeah.
and you go out there in your cane and say, I think I'm going to travel all over the place. Yeah, lots of luck with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So do it while you can. Do it while it's affordable. Don't put yourself in a prison form, a slavery type form of tying yourself down. Not someone. Don't blame others for you getting tied down. You tie yourself down. And so the only thing that can change is you. If you want to be adventurous and go travel.
Yeah.
So my advice to you is get on with it.
Yeah, mine is retire now, work when you're 60. That way you stay alive a lot longer. You've already done your travel.
I totally agree.
Stay home for your grandkids now. Get a job.
I totally agree. I find a lot of dead people in my past, and I'm still going on. And I've listed a bunch of jobs that I've done and businesses that I've owned and adventures that I have, and we're still doing adventures. And we'd like for you to watch some of our adventures if you are interested in sailing or traveling or going places. We're doing a lot of that, and it's on Jimmy Smithers 8069 YouTube. And you can pick up on some of these podcasts, and you can pick up also on our adventures. So I'll kind of wrap it up right there. And I appreciate you guys taking the time. I know I had to choke you to death to get you out here, but
We're here.
but we're here. But it's things that people need to hear from somebody else, not just me. I'm an older person. What's that old man's got to say? But you're in a younger generation, and you're doing it. And you're doing it affordable. And you're getting the things that you want, but nothing that puts you in a long-term debt.
Well, because like tomorrow's not promised, neither is my retirement.
That's right.
Neither is my retirement.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't none of it promised.
Yep. So I think that's a wrap. And so look for our other adventures, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.